Hello, I want to welcome you this year, 2014, to mentorship. Mentorship is learning the pain through the pain of someone else. Why have a mentor? Having a mentor allows you to learn what someone knows that you're trying to get started in. Today, I want to go over a few things to understand why we use a few of the items we use. Okay, some of you I've met. I'm looking at your pictures on the wall. If you haven't emailed me a picture, email me a picture. Uh, Doug and Olga, Lucretia. Uh, there's a few of you I've met in person. Lucretia, I haven't met you in person. Look forward to someday. Uh, Doug and Olga's been down here. Having a mentor allows you to know what someone knows that you're trying to get started in today. Okay. In other words, if you haven't done real estate, haven't done it successfully, you need to have the right tools. One of the tools I use is an application, syncs to the phone, iPhone. Some of you know about it. I went over it a few times. It's called Evernote. This is an application I use to track information. When I'm searching something on the internet, I find a Craigslist ad that interests me. I need to find out about it. I'll clip it into Evernote. I have the name, address, phone number, what the property's about, all the details of it. This allows me, when I have time, if I don't have time that moment, to be able to go back and re-find it without searching every cut and pick and Craigslist ad out there. Okay. And you can use Evernote a number of ways. I use it to store my checklist in, like if I make a checklist out for people to follow that I want them to follow doing a certain job. I'll store it in there. That way I can retrieve it, reprint it, reuse it for the next person that I need it to go to. All right. Another thing I use is a task management system. And the one that I found that I like the best is the number two DO, to do. It's a task assignment application. The more you have to do, you have to either remember something to do, so you put it in the to do task assignment, and you can go in there and categorize it underneath home. If you've got an employee you need to assign a task to, you can put it underneath their name out to the side. I use this to do on my iPad. I like that better than my phone because my iPad, I can see it better, and you can set times for the task to start, when it needs to be completed by, information in there underneath notes. It's a really good task assignment application. Runs like $6.95. Syncs to your iPad, your iPhone. So if one or the other goes out, you still got, all your information, who you assigned the task to, when it's supposed to be done by, and all that. There's a great organizer of tasks and keeps you on track when multitasking can remind you of stuff. Like the other day, I was leasing a property, and the tenant says, "Oh, by the way, that apartment don't have a refrigerator in it." Well, I hadn't been in it personally. My maintenance guys had, but I put that in the task assignment for the next day for a couple of maintenance guys to move a fridge from one apartment to the other and make sure that that refrigerator was available for the tenant moving in. That way they're happy and they're no longer calling the office saying, "Hey, I got a problem. I don't have a fridge," blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about Standardizing your day with daily routines in order to get more things accomplished. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do in the morning? I don't care if it's go to the bathroom, read a book, make a cup of coffee, whatever it is. You need to make a list. Make a list in how you want to standardize your day to make yourself more productive. If the list got 50 things on it, in what order do you want to get them accomplished? Make the list, evaluate, change it, whatever you need to do. Remember, you constantly reorganize it until you get it down to where it suits you. How I get habits built to affect what I want to do. I use my phone and set alarms to get them accomplished all day. I label the alarm, and when it goes off on my phone, it reminds me to do whatever the task is and I need to get accomplished right then and there. Forces me to constantly be aware of what is next. This goes on each day. I might have 50 alarms on my phone going on, depending on, and then basically it's just forcing me to go down, excuse me, forcing me to go down a list of things that need to be accomplished. If I've got an alarm on my phone, I want to make sure that my secretary checked the voicemail, ask her if there's any important things that I need to get back on right away. If you can't manage your time and focus on it, you can't manage money. Okay, simple fact is the average person works what, 2,000 hours a year? Your time is your currency. Remember, we all have 24 hours in a day. Hold yourself accountable for your time. What you do with it is important. Most of us work 2,000 hours a year. If you figure 40 hours times 50 weeks, take 2 weeks off on vacation, that's 2,000 hours. But let's face it, you got 365 days, 24 hours a day. That's 8,760 hours a year. Sleep, shower, recreate, etc. Manage your time. Make a list of habits you want to create. Work on what you want to do with your time. Will make or what you do with your time will make or break it. Break you. Use your time wisely. One more thing. Start making a checklist. Keep it in Evernote. If you're calling someone, plan the purpose of the call before you call them. You write the questions down you need answers to, or email them, whatever. But you have to understand what you're trying to get accomplished with the conversation. Take notes. I have a checklist I made up for my office yesterday. Has 21 things on it, and I put my list and the date. That way I can go back and see how each day performed to the previous day. Invoices posted. If it's not initial, because I've got initial out beside it, I want to know who posted the invoices that day. Craigslist posted on rentals. I want to know how many, who did it. So I have a number on the Craigslist posting on the rentals that got done. Who was responsible for that? They initial it. Called tenants behind on rent. How many tenants did they call? Who did it? Then the next thing, number of tenants actually talked to. I want the actual number of tenants they actually talked to, not left messages on the answer machine. I want the number of tenants they actually talked to. Then mail out past due tenants, the number they mailed out, and the initial, who was responsible for that. If we filed evictions in court on tenants, I want the number of tenants who did it. Lease properties for the day. How many did we lease? Who's initialing it? Who did it? Number of phone calls talked to a day. That's something I want to track because that allows me to generally summarize how the Craigslist ads are working. If the phone rang, 114 times that day, I need to know. And someone needs to keep track of that, initial that. Showed number of properties. Who showed them? How many properties did they show? I need to know that, because if properties aren't renting and we don't have applications on file to show them, then we need to work on upping the output of the Craigslist ads. And then I need the hours worked today, start time, stop time, and initial, whoever worked in the office. The other thing that needs to be done is deposit today. I need the dollar amount of checks, dollar amount of cash total, initial, who made the deposit. Credit card transactions, the number of transactions, total dollars credit card, and initial. Number of scheduled showings with applications filled out. How many do we show all day? Number of maintenance people working today. How many people worked in maintenance today? Number of service calls called in. How many service calls did we have that day? Applications received online today. I need to know from the website how many people filled out their applications that day. Doesn't mean how many I'm leasing that day. I need the number of applications. Because if the number of applications online is not a lot, then we need to up the Craigslist ads posted. Number of ads posted Craigslist of RE by phone houses. That's the houses for sale. Number of showings completed in initials. Hours worked on taking pictures of houses for sale. YouTube's completed with existing properties on RE by phone. YouTube's completed of the MuncieBargainRentals.com website of the house rentals. Those are a few things that's on my list for office to check every day. I want to know how productive my people are that's working for me. You also should know how productive you are. Make your list of things you want to get accomplished and keep it a list. You can always go back and rechange, revise, however, but these lists keep you not forgetting stuff, making sure you're on top of the information you need to know on a daily basis. You might have a list for number of houses I checked on today. Whatever your list is. This is your life. You're working on it. Build it. Be productive. This is a short YouTube today. And I'm labeling this the first YouTube for the year. If I don't get it accomplished, another one for week of January 1st. You've got this one to start with. You've signed up to get these YouTubes for 12 months. You're going to get them. All right. It's my short YouTube on getting organized, wrapping your head around what you need to get accomplished to develop habits to make you successful. If you have any questions, if you're using these tools, I think it'll help you. It's one thing my mentor had to teach me, how to get organized, how to wrap my head around how important it was to use this technology we have to make yourself more productive in the workforce. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks a lot. Talk at you later.